The slavery system was in full swing in many corners of the world. Generation after generation, these slaves used to work under their masters. They had almost forgotten that they are also human beings and they also have some rights. At the same time, in February of 1818, a black slave woman living in the maritime United States of America. A child was born to Harriet Bailey. But her master, when her child was just 7 months old, separated that child from his mother. After that, his grandmother started taking care of him. When that child turned 6 years old, one day his grandmother left him alone in the forest. The pain of being alone with that small child could not be tolerated, and he kept crying for 2 days. Then another master caught sight of him, who sold him to a carpenter. The carpenter's wife was very kind. And she was very kind. Along with taking care of him, she also started teaching him the alphabets of English. Seeing his hunger to learn, the carpenter's wife brought him a book on the English language. But the carpenter found out and told his wife to stop reading to him. But that child did not give up. He, along with children living around him, started reading in exchange for money and food. Slowly he learned to read English. And he started reading books and newspapers. Then he realized that education is the only weapon with the help of which he can get his people out of the trap of slavery. So he started teaching the children of slaves in the church. But the whites did not like this. And he was sold to a very cruel master. His master used to beat him every day. One day he got bored of all this and he ran away from there. With the money he had saved, he sat in the ship and came to Washington far away. Coming here, he joined the anti-slavery movement and became a lecturer in the Abolition Society. The world came to know him for his inspiring speeches and books. Based on his knowledge, he became the advisor to America's first president, Abraham Lincoln. He also became the first black citizen to hold the post of minister at the White House and be nominated for the post of vice president. This boy was none other than the internationally acclaimed human rights leader, Frederick Douglass. Because of him, slavery ended in America, and citizenship and voting rights were also given to black people. How did he achieve so much? Neither he nor he ever went to school, nor did he get any formal degree. Then how did he become a diplomat, an author, a public speaker from a modest slave? The answer is through self-education. Friends, there is a saying: formal education will get you a living, but self-education will get you a fortune. That is, you can earn your livelihood with formal education, but you can change your luck with self-education. There is no age for reading and learning. We think we got the degree. If you become a graduate, postgraduate, then it is just education. Whereas in reality, our education starts from there. But very few people understand the importance of this. If you know how important self-education is, and why every successful person advocates it, then definitely watch this video till the end. Because today in this video, I am going to tell you how by adopting these daily habits, you can make your brain a learning machine. And through self-education, you can reach self-made success. So let's get started. Number 1, select your digital feed wisely. Digital media is like an ocean. It depends on you whether you collect pearls from there or waste time in choosing garbage. Your smartphone is full of content. You can see the stupidest things. Or you can put inspiring and knowledge-filled things in your mind. If you use your digital media wisely, this can become an easy and economical means of self-education for you. A survey conducted by the American Survey Agency found that, on average in the world today, a person spends about 2 to 2.5 hours on his phone. Imagine if you don't spend this time in spreading negativity, viral videos, and useless dramas, but put in some inspiring and innovative learning. So how easy will your work become? If so, open Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. And you get to see all this related information, books, current affairs, and business strategies aligned with your goals. So surely digital media will become a boon instead of a curse for you. So make changes in your social media settings today, so that it, by default, becomes a source of inspiration and learning for you. Number 2, give priority to self-education. So what is taught in school, alpha, beta, gamma, theta, to whom? Be it questions of economics, equations of chemistry, or rules of literature. Whatever we do in school or college, about 60% we forget after a few days of exams. But the things that we learn at our workplace while working, we remember for life. Maybe that's why Albert Einstein said that education is what remains after one has forgotten what one learned in school. That is, in reality, education is what we remember after school is over. Self-education is the key to success. Its biggest living example is Elon Musk. When he thought of starting SpaceX, he had no knowledge about space and rockets. But he educated himself, read books, and discussed with scientists. And he made SpaceX a successful venture. It does not mean that formal education has no value. If you want to do any government job, become a doctor or a lawyer, then you must have a formal degree. But here I want to say that not having a degree does not end life. Self-education gives you the power by which you can take control of your life in your hands. With the advent of the internet, it became easier. You can read whatever articles you want. Almost everything is available for free. You can download books, read summaries. You can join any skill or course. Now you have no excuse about what to do and how to do it. If you want to be a learning machine, you have to realize this. You do not need any expensive university or any formal degree to gain key knowledge and wisdom. Number 3, 1 hour of learning instead of 1 hour of entertainment. Not only in our country but in every corner of the world, an average individual spends about 3 hours watching TV, including OTT platforms, and spends 230 hours on social media. Here I am not telling you that you should stop all this completely. Because entertainment also has its place in human psychology. No one can act like a robot. But do you really need 5 to 6 hours of entertainment? Not in my opinion. You can freshen your mood even with 2 hours. So make a golden rule of your life. That whenever you do entertainment for 1 hour, instead of that, spend 1 hour learning. You can do anything in that hour, read, listen to podcasts, take a course, or learn a skill. So let me tell you that if you read for 1 hour daily continuously for a year, you will read 50 to 55 average length books in a year. Consider the significance of your 1 hour now. The famous writer Earl Nightingale said in his book The Strangest Secret, that, with 1 hour of study, you will become the top in your field in 3 years. In 5 years, you will be known throughout the country, and in 7 years, you will become an international authority in your subject. Now the choice is yours, whether you want to binge watch on Netflix or increase your self-worth by becoming a skilled and knowledgeable person. Number 4, work with an open mind and stop judging things. If someone asks you what you should learn from, what would you say? Most people would say that one should learn from good and successful people only. But I say you can learn from anyone, from a thief, from a monk, from someone's failure, from someone's success. Everything around you definitely teaches you something. But the problem is, our mental setup is such that we cannot see many things when they are in front of us. Just as we can't see the lesson behind failure, we can't see the sharp mind and agility behind stealing. What is the reason for this? The reason for this is our closed mindset and the habit of judging. Sometimes we get so prejudiced about things that we start labeling things. If someone becomes successful, it is said that he was passionate about the work. And if someone fails, it is said that he did not pay attention to the work. On seeing something or someone, forming your own opinion about it is a sign of a closed mindset. A closed mindset means fixed beliefs, which ultimately means you do not want to learn anything new, nor can you learn anything. Many people not only form opinions about others but also about themselves. For example, many think that they know everything. They don't need to learn from anyone. Whereas some think that they are not worth anything. They cannot learn anything. Both conditions are dangerous. Whether you are judgmental about yourself or others, in both cases, your learning stops. Even great scientists like Albert Einstein used to say the same about himself. That he had no talent, he was just a curious person, and he knew by doing all the experiments. So if you, like Albert Einstein, replace your judgments with curiosity, instead of forming opinions about others, you will be able to discover the good habits hidden in them. So leave your ego, beliefs, and judgments behind and start making your brain a learning machine. Number 5, read and read more. Just as exercise keeps your body healthy and flexible, regular reading makes your mind creative and thoughtful. If you don't exercise, your bones and joints will become stiff, and if you don't read, your thinking will be limited. Your mind will become stagnant. If you are not a reading person, you may not be aware of this, but on average, every millionaire in the world reads 20 to 24 books a year. If you want to do something different, you have to include reading in your life. It's best to make reading a part of your morning or evening routine. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, give as much time as you can. If you can't even give that much, invest your dead time in reading. What is dead time? It's when you're traveling by bus or subway, waiting for someone in a coffee shop, or waiting in a long line at any place. You can immediately start reading on your phone or Kindle, or with a physical book or audiobook. If you want to adopt reading as a habit, these tips and tricks can help you. Schedule reading time in your phone's calendar or reminders so you don't miss out during your daily commute. Keep books in your house where you can see them. Start with an interesting story or novel if you're not much of a reader. Once reading becomes a daily habit, switch to technical, business, and investing books. Number 6, also pay attention to neglected topics. We all create bubbles of thought and belief around us that make it very difficult for us to break free. For example, most people have preferences for certain types of food, clothing brands, and even their choices in books and discussions. They judge things outside their chosen realm without making an effort to understand them. If you really want to be clever, smart, and one step ahead of others, the best way to do that is to step out of your bubble and explore topics you've been neglecting. When you start exploring neglected topics, it may help you move forward with your plans. So, friends, these are the 6 habits that, when adopted, can turn your mind into a learning machine, enabling you to gain a lot of knowledge without overwhelming yourself. In summary, the first habit is to organize your digital feed. Unsubscribe from channels that waste your time and subscribe to channels that provide valuable content. Make your social media an ongoing source of inspiration and learning. Number 2, give priority to self-education. Your education doesn't end with a degree, it begins there. With the internet, almost everything is available for free. Start learning, exploring, and growing. Number 3, spend 1 hour learning for every hour of entertainment. Strike a balance between entertainment and learning. If you watch entertainment for an hour, dedicate an hour to learning. Number 4, work with an open mind and stop judging things. Replace judgments with curiosity. Learn from every experience and every person, whether they're a success or a failure. Number 5, read and read more. Reading keeps your mind active and creative. Make it a daily habit, even if it's just for a short time. You can read during your dead time, making the most of every moment. Number 6, pay attention to neglected topics. Break out of your comfort zone and explore topics you've been neglecting. Learning from diverse areas can broaden your horizons and provide fresh ideas. So, these are the 6 habits to turn your mind into a learning machine. If you found this video helpful, please like it and share in the comments how you practice self-learning. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep growing. Thanks for watching.